What's up, y'all? It's Wednesday morning, right about 9:30. I had a little free time today, so I figured we'd go out here and take a look at what's going on with some of the ammo. I do actually have a handful of things that were sent to me again, so I appreciate that big time. Y'all been hooking me up for sure with new stuff to test, and I definitely appreciate it, especially because a lot of it's been unusual stuff or stuff that's not available locally anyway. As far as locally goes, I hadn't really been doing a whole lot of looking. Rural King, I hadn't been in there to look at ammo, and it's been a month at least now, more than a month, I'm sure. My local shop, I have been in there to pick up a couple other things, and I did grab a box of some stuff I'll show y'all here in a little bit. But today I figure we'll go through and see what it looks like, especially up here in the RK. I'm curious to see what's going on in there. So let's make them the first stop and see what's happening. All right, let's take a look in here. It looks like they got a little bit of everything like the last time I was here. Got some 357 mag lever evolution. I'm pretty sure I've got a bunch of that, but make sure at the house I'd grab some of that if I didn't think I had some. 9mm, and you can see what it's running in here. That's the problem. Lever evolution 44 mag, that's good on that. 225 grain. I've got a bunch of that for sure. I know some 44 mag Fiocchi Dynamics. I don't think I have any of that. A little bit of 10mm. Got some critical duty, some Blazer, American Eagle, several different kinds of 10mm. So they definitely got some new stuff in here. The problem again is what the tag on it says. 10mm arms core, rifle stuff, pretty good variety there too, but you can see again the 223 12.99, that's just not cutting it. 5.56 about the same, 7mm 08, 30-06, 270. Got some 45-70 lever evolution down here, 325 grain. I think I've got the 2 something, so I think I might have that 325 also, but guarantee that's some good stuff. Bunch of 6.5 Creedmoor down here too, all kinds of different kinds. All right, y'all, they wasn't looking too bad in there in the Rural King as far as variety. They got a bunch of stuff. Even on some of the end caps, they had even more 5.56, 223 stacked up. But as you saw, the problem in there is still the price. I mean, in my opinion, they just never have gotten back down to where I feel like it should be. I mean, they're just not competitive with the local shop on pretty much anything at all anymore. But it is good to see that they got plenty in stock in there in case people do need to go there to get it for whatever reason. I guess we ain't gonna see no shortage. It doesn't look like the whole election shortage is gonna happen so far anyway, and it's pretty close right now. I guess the belief that DJT's got it in the bag is not causing any kind of panic, but I really hope people are right about that. But anyway, let's run down here to the local shop and I'll show y'all what they've got in new, and then we'll head back to the house and I'll show you what I ended up with. All right, y'all, let's see what's going on here. I'll show y'all what I think you hadn't seen since the last time I was in here. They've got quite a bit of stuff. Bunch of Underwood in here. The 147 Plus P Plus and Plus P. I know I've done the Plus P Plus. That's the newer one, but not sure about the Plus P. I'll have to check. Plenty of those little shot shells. They got the big 4 in. I kind of like those. It's a little bit different. Bunch of 454 Casull, 357 Sig of all kind of different kinds. I believe I've about caught up on the 357 Sig. Ooh, I do got some new 500 Smith & Wesson down here, that Federal Fusion. I'm gonna have to grab some of that for sure, because I know I don't have that. They got them big 700 grainers back in from Underwood, some 50 AE, 429 DE if y'all got a Desert Eagle chambered in that. Quite a few different kinds of 10mm. I think I've done all these 10mm or have them to do. Quite a bit of 45 Colt. Y'all know the deal in here. They got a little bit of everything in here. Pretty much if you're looking for it, you can find it here. They do have these combo packs of the HST now with the Syntec stuff, those train and defend kind of things. I might get some of those just for the whole novelty to test them together. Plenty of 9mm, y'all know the deal there, $10.99, so bulk Plink and 9, you can't beat that anywhere if you're needing that. Tons of 380, 38 special. I think I've gotten everything. That's why I'm not going real slow. I'll have to do some looking. I really need to make a list between my stuff and theirs to see what I don't have. They got some of this X-Tac Match Sierra OTM stuff at 77 grain. I think I have a box of that, but I might grab one anyway just to be sure. Hunting rounds, again, pretty much anything you can think of in here at this point. I mean, they've caught up on even any of the weird stuff that was really scarce still. All your PRCs, 7mm of all the different flavors, 45-70, tons of that. 444 Marlin, 35 Whalen up here, bunch of that. Even 257 Roberts. I mean, all the unusual stuff. Shot shells, again, tons of those in here. Pretty much any gauge, any caliber. Got some 410 up here, a couple different kinds of that. That's actually pretty good on that number 8. I might get a couple of those just because. This down here is that split force stuff, the pellets that split in half, except it's the shorty. So I'm gonna get some of those just because I don't have any. But yeah, again, as you can see, I mean, they are loaded down with ammo in here. All right, y'all, we're back at the house to check out what I picked up. It's not a whole lot this time, but it is some interesting stuff. Before I jump into it, like I always ask, if you do enjoy these videos, take a second to reach down and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you've got those notifications turned on so you get notified when I upload stuff. So let's start it off with my local shop. One thing y'all did see me mention in there is this 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, the Federal Fusion 325 grain bonded soft point. No doubt that this is going to be some mean stuff right here. As you can see, that's one heck of a cartridge right there. 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, don't play around. 325 grains. This is saying 1450, so definitely not the spiciest stuff I have by any means, but it should still be some really good stuff. So I grabbed one box of that, and then I did end up grabbing a couple boxes of these little shorty shells. As you can see here, 12 gauge Federal Premium. This is their Force X2. This is the ones with the pellets that split in half like I was talking about. Now these are the shorties again, so 1 3/4 inch, 1245 FPS. This is 6 pellet double alt buck that is split like that, so probably can't see anything. No, you can't see anything. It's got the cap there on the end. So as you can see, the little shorties. I've got some things that I need to test out, install and test out in a couple of my shotties. So I may go ahead and do that before I run the test on these, but this should be really interesting to see. I know I definitely have the full size, the 2 3/4 version of this in 12 gauge. So maybe I'll do a comparison between them. And then the last thing from my local shop is something that I probably didn't really need to get. This is some PMC X-Tac Match 223 77 grain open tip match. It's loaded with the Sierra Match King. So this I got because I want to start doing some more 77 grain stuff, especially after seeing that Badlands Munitions, the performance on it. I want to see, you know, if you can just go on down to some way more affordable stuff and get pretty much the same performance. I feel like you probably can. Now, you know, I've got the AAC, same thing, loaded with the Sierra Match King 77 grain. So that's another one I can test. I'm not sure if I'm going to do both of them together or maybe a separate. Now, why I say I didn't really have to pick these up, because quite a while ago Bill sent me a box of this same thing, but I noticed when I was in there they just got this in my local shop, so I figured, and they didn't have much, so I figured I might as well get some because I want to do multiple tests. But I also saw that it was different box packaging, box image, so I don't know if there's any difference. This one actually doesn't have the velocity on it at all anywhere that I could see, so might be interesting to see if there's any difference between these two. But anyway, I grabbed one more box of that. And then the other thing I got locally was from my pawn shop again. Y'all know I get some kind of weird, odd, just unusual stuff in there. And this is exactly what this is. He had these 3 boxes of 9mm. It's regular old 9x19, but apparently this is Egyptian made. It has got no markings other than what this is, Egyptian writing, I'm assuming. We did a quick Google image search and it came up as Egyptian. So 9x19, other than that, I know absolutely nothing about this. But at $5 a box, it was so weird. I had to grab it. I don't know. I don't even know what's right side up, if y'all can make any of that out. I'm assuming it's 2 different kinds. Now, they're all FMJ. I can tell by just grabbing one out from where the box is kind of open here. I don't know that I'll even run this stuff. I got it just because it was weird. It's definitely FMJ, but the boxes, if y'all notice, like this one's got like a pinkish purplish kind of color and theme to it, and this one's green. So I'm wondering if there's a difference here. Maybe, I don't know if any of y'all know anything about this stuff, but that's it anyway. So if you can make anything out there, there it is. But again, $5 a box. It was so weird I had to grab it. And then from there, like I mentioned, I had a few more things sent to me this week. So again, big appreciation for that. The first thing here, and I don't know if this person wanted their name known, so we're just gonna say JM on this one. JM had this sent to me straight from Grizzly. Got some Grizzly 9mm plus P plus, calling it the Kodiak jacketed HP. This stuff is saying 1375 FPS, which would give you 521 foot-pounds. So this right here is some spicy, sure enough spicy 9mm, and this is the way I like it. Y'all know when I do carry 9, I've been carrying mostly 10 lately, but when I do carry 9, it's that 124 plus P plus from Underwood. But there you see this one, nice nickel plated case on it. Projectile wise, I'm not sure what that is. I don't know that that's an XTP. Really not sure. I'll have to do some checking on that. But at those velocities, if it does hit that or even close to that, that should be some nice spicy stuff in the gel. And then the next thing was sent by Soul Jones. I really appreciate this. This is something I've been meaning to try to hunt down and do some testing on for a while now. As you can see, it's the Black Rambo ammo. This is the 124 grain loaded with the XDEF. So real nice looking stuff here. As you can see, nice high quality looking cartridge, nickel plated. It's got the coating on it and the coating on the projectile here. Now again, this is an XDEF projectile. I have tested these in I believe 45 and maybe another caliber. The XDEF are definitely good bullets. They need a little bit of speed, so hopefully these will be doing its thing. I don't see any velocity on the box here. I'll have a look on their site and see if they've got anything on there, but oh, here we go. Average velocity 1185. So as long as we're up there around that, these XDEF should do their thing. I'm hoping to see some good stuff from this. And then last but not least, with the care packages, I had a couple things sent to me by Michael. Again, big thanks to him for this. We've got a couple of 9mm rounds here, and both of them are jacketed soft point. So first up, you can see we got the MagTech here, 9mm Luger. Now this is 95 grain jacketed soft point, flat soft point. Let's take a look at this stuff here. 95 grain, that's pretty interesting for a soft point. You can see it there. I'm hoping that being the case, with it being so light like this, did they give us a velocity? No velocity, don't have a velocity. I'll do some looking on their site and see if it's listed. But if this stuff is moving pretty good, being so light, it should do something pretty interesting. I'm always a little skeptical of soft point just because I know, you know, out of short barrels, they're gonna have to be moving on. But with this being light, again, this might be pretty interesting. So definitely looking forward to checking that out. And then the other one is some S&B. Again, same kind of deal, jacketed soft point here, although this is a more conventional weight. This is 124 grain, 9mm soft point. So yeah, this one isn't near as flat either. As you can see, much more of a cone there. This is gonna be interesting, and he sent me a little letter along with, of course, talking about what he was sending, and I'll have to agree with his thoughts on this one. This is probably not going to do a whole lot out of the short barrels like I test from. I don't think it'll go through both blocks. It might prove me wrong, but I don't think you're going to get much mushrooming, but it'll be interesting to see what it does anyway. And that's actually it for this week, y'all. So again, not a whole big giant pile of stuff, but I think we got some really interesting stuff here that should make for some really good testing. But let me know what y'all looking forward to seeing testing, what kind of scores you might have got in y'all's area. I've got more tests planned for tomorrow, or today. It'll be Thursday when y'all are watching this, but so that'll be coming over the weekend. Some really interesting stuff. Take a second if you would, if you're doing any kind of shopping, check out those affiliate links I've got in the video description. I've added a couple of new ones lately, all kind of good stuff down there. So anything you buy after hitting those links up, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. Big thanks again to those of y'all who sent the ammo for testing. I really do appreciate that. Thanks to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. Really good stuff on the way, so stay on the lookout for it. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.